Hey, welcome to Mr. Retro's Rants and Raves. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my first game review, which I'm super excited about. But this game review is over the new release of Pokken Tournament Deluxe, or DX. This has come out for the Switch, and I have it right here. And what's really neat about this is that I pre-ordered it, and it came as soon as it was released, so this has been pretty cool. I've been playing it the past few days a lot, offline and online, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on it. Now, this is the expanded port of the game that was on the Wii U previously. Now, the Wii U version was first released in Japan in July of 2015, and later released in March of 2016 worldwide. This deluxe version comes just about a year and a half from the first version and is released exclusively on the Nintendo Switch. So, how does it play? Well, if you play the previous version on the Wii U, it isn't too much different. In fact, it plays exactly the same. So let's get the rants out of the way. One of the biggest rants that I have about this game is the very minimal additions. Your partner Pokemon list has inflated slightly to 21 from 16 on the previous version. And that may sound like a big increase with 5, but the original arcade version in Japan had 20. So it's not a major increase at all. In fact, this version adds Croagunk, Empoleon, Darkrai, and Decidueye in Scizor from the Wii U version. But the difference between this deluxe version and the original arcade version is just the addition of Decidueye. So in 2 years, or a year and a half, it's only gone up essentially one Pokemon. And Decidueye because the Alolan Pokemon have been released since the initial game. The other minor addition is that your support teams have just increased by 1. So you're given Litten and Poplio as a support team. That's it. Out of all the Alolan Pokemon that they have come out, it just released just 1 more support team. Now, I haven't had a chance to experiment with every lead Pokemon and the list of support teams, but I can say just adding 1 more support team is pretty minimal. In fact, I usually just kind of pick 1 support team and just kind of stick with it for a lot of the time. That aside, my first Rave comes from this version in general. It is the definitive version of this game. If you haven't played it before and you have a Switch, get it. It is the best version. It has everything that the previous versions, the arcade version in Japan and the Wii U version, it has everything that they had and more. The lack of major updates to its roster doesn't really discount how much fun this game is. Even though they didn't really upgrade it, I had a blast playing it. I have it on the Wii U, but I really like playing it on the Switch. As a fan of traditional fighting games and Pokemon, this game is pretty awesome. My next rant comes from the very idea that Nintendo is shying away from. This game plays with traditional controls only. There's no gesture controls, nothing. Now, I know not everyone is a fan of those, but you would think with a hybrid system they would at least attempt it. When the Switch was first shown off, they demoed the improved motion controls and the HD Rumble. But we don't see any of that. This game does nothing to utilize any of those features. And this is a first-party game. This is a Nintendo game. This isn't coming out on any other platform, and you would think a first-party exclusive would capitalize on the console. This game, you may argue, is more of a fighting game and wouldn't benefit from motion controls, but why not include it anyway? At least for something fun, or if they had it for mini games, if they added any. But there are different kinds of players. Some have different kinds of play styles, and there's nothing that you could lose from having multiple controller configurations and layouts. With a deluxe port of a game, that's coming to a brand new console, I always have to look for why. Why pick it up for this new console if there's not going to be really any improvements, especially if it's an exclusive port like this. Sure, we get the portability benefit, which is awesome. I really enjoy that, and we'll get into that more later. But if portability, is the only upside, then I would hardly categorize this as a worthwhile port. And it is a port. This isn't made for the Switch. This is a port from an arcade to the Wii U to the Switch. Now my last 2 points are Raves. Mentioned before, portability is a huge plus. The idea of taking a console game on the go is fantastic. And with a big name like this, portability is a must. We've been dying to have a Pokemon game on the Switch. Now, it's not a mainline Pokemon game as Pokemon Stars or anything like that, but it's a Pokemon game, and we get it on the Switch, a main console and portable. My last rave isn't the game. Has nothing to do with the game. It's the Switch itself. Something that the Switch, implementing something that it's been hyped from the beginning. The Joy-Cons. The Joy-Cons allow you to play 2-player in either tablet or docked mode every time, because you get 2 Joy-Cons, 1 for each player. You can even configure 2-player in 2 different ways. Split screen, which lowers the frame rate to 30 frames per second, which isn't a big deal. Or you can keep it from the same viewpoint, which keeps the frame rate the same. Now, all in all, I would have to rate this game 8 out of 10. You'll see 8 out of 10 joysticks kind of line the bottom. And really the only thing that pulls from it is my first couple rants about not really taking advantage of the Switch and the fact that it's not an expanded port as you'd really want. But to sum it up, I really like this game. I'm hoping to see more games like this on the Switch. I'm also hoping that a game fully utilizes all of the aspects of the Switch. A game that has intuitive hybrid controls, motion and traditional, and takes advantage of the portability of the system. So what did you think? Did you pick this game up, or did you skip it? Tell me your answers down in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please give it a like. It really helps out a bunch. And if you'd like to see more game reviews, gaming projects, or Let's Plays, unboxings, things like that, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.